Namaste everyone. So let's sit straight in any comfortable posture, preferably Sukhasana. Take a chin mudra, bring index finger, thumb together, spine straight. And for a few seconds we want to observe the breath, a complete focus on the breath. Now start to focus on breathing through chest. So inhale deeply and exhale it out as slow as you can. Preparing for 3 rounds of Om chanting, bring palms on the chest. Inhale deeply together. Listen to the prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Set the intention of today's practice. Let me start with a warm-up now. So come on the knees, keep your knees apart. Wrist and shoulder in one line, knee and hip in one line, keep the toes tucked in. Inhale with the right knee bend, lift the chest up, lifting right leg. Exhale, knee to chest and round the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale and we look down. Inhaling, arching. Exhale and squeeze the navel every time we round the back. 4th round, exhaling. 5th round, exhale, knee to chest, and this time we want to stay here. Keep rounding, try and push the navel a little more in and see if you can push your toes forward between the hands. And this is without touching the floor. Check how that feels on the lower abdomen. Continue breathing. Exhale and release. Alright, on the other side, inhale, lift left leg, knee bend. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Inhaling, arching. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, 2 more. Exhaling. Inhale, last one. Exhale, knee to chest. And shift the focus on squeezing navel and see if you can push your toes forward. And make sure you're breathing here. We can exhale through the mouth. Continue breathing, continue pushing toes. Exhale and release. So we are doing a variation of Vayu Nishkasana just so that everybody can practice. People with the knee issues can sit down in Baddha Konasana or you can just skip this practice. Others will exhale and stand up, inhale and squat down. Fingers are interlocked. Inhale, squatting down. Exhale and stand up. We are doing this for 10 times. Make sure you push the navel in tightly as you stand up, and that way we also work on warming up the core apart from working on the thighs. So let's continue. 10 rounds. Exhale, standing up. Inhale, down. For the last round, we are squatting down. Interlock the fingers and stretch the arms up. And try to consciously move your knees out. And people who are in Baddha Konasana with the knee issues, they can do the same thing in Baddha Konasana. Check the shoulders are away from the ear, push it down. And try to lift the chest up. We have one more breath here. Hands on the floor, lift the hips. Hands on the hip. And we slowly come on. Moving on to Triyaka Tadasana, slight variation this is. So interlock the fingers, index finger active, feet together. Now start to move your right hip to right corner and move upper body to left corner. And make sure you have knees straight, push the navel in, lift the chin up. And try and move arms behind the ears. Inhale, back to center, straight spine. Exhale and we switch the side. Keep moving to extreme corner, hip to left side, upper body to right. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center. We have second round. We will hold it a little longer. Let's lean to the other side, opening chest. 3 breath, straight elbow. 2 more. 1. Inhaling center. Exhale, switching the side. Make sure you push the navel in. That will help you to lean down as well. 3 breath. 2. 1 more breath. Exhale it out completely and come back to center. So let's come on top of the mat and we start with Shivananda Sun Salutation. Bring palms on the chest, knees bend, and move your hips forward. Raising arms up, lift the chest. Exhale and going down with straight spine, nose to knee. You can have the knees softly bent for the first round. Now as we inhale, we stretch right leg back. And try to stay very light on the fingertips. Lift the chest up. Pushing navel in and move left leg back. And try to lean on the hands. Hips we can move slightly up so that we can squeeze the navel a little more. Exhale, drop the knee, chest between hands, chin on the floor. Inhale, slide the chest forward. Toes pointing down. Try and have knees straight, which means the knees will come off the floor. Elbow close to ribs. Exhale and we'll lift the hips up. Feet together, knees straight, chin close to chest. We started with the right leg, so bring right foot forward first. Check the knee is in line with ankle. Back knee straight. Exhale, left foot forward. Nose to knee. Relax the head down. Bend the knees again. Raise your arms. And start to move hips forward. Keep moving arms back. Exhale, palms to chest. Okay, that's half round. And we want to start with the left side now. Check the knee span, hip forward, raising arms. Exhale and go down with straight spine. Feel free to keep the knees a little more bent. This time we inhale, left foot goes back. And try to stretch it back. And check both the legs are equally pressed onto the floor. If you are leaning too much on the front foot, adjust it otherwise. And we come on to plank now, leaning on the hands, straight knees. Next exhalation, dropping knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up. Check the stomach stays on the floor here, elbows close, toes active. Exhale, toes tucked in. And we can also bring knees on the floor first and then lift the hips up. That will be the variation for back condition. Inhale, left foot forward. Back knee straight again. Exhale, right foot forward, nose to knee. Knees bent, slowly coming up with straight spine, hips forward. Exhale, palms to chest. So that's one full round and we want to move with the breath. So inhale, we lift the chest. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, right leg back. Hold the breath and take a plank. Exhale, knee, chest, chin. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward, nose to knee. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhale, palms to chest. Okay, on the other side, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward bend, nose to knee. Inhale, left leg back this time. Holding breath, plank. Exhale, knee, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, mountain, feet together. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right, nose to knee. Inhale, open up the chest, arms up. Exhale, palms to chest. Inhale, third round, looking up. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, right leg back. Holding breath, plank. Exhale, moving down. Inhaling, chest up. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, right foot, look up. Exhale, left. Inhaling, backward bend. Exhale, palms to chest. Inhale, last half. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left leg back. Holding breath, plank. Exhale, moving down. Inhaling, toes pointed. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right. Inhaling, arching, looking up. Exhale, palms to chest. People who are up for 2 more rounds can pause the video and practice 2 more rounds. And else we are holding Samasthiti here. Keep feet together. Stretching arms down, fingers open, straight spine. Push the navel in and shift your eyes on tip of the nose. Keep entire body active. Still body. And try not to blink your eyes. We want to stay here for a few seconds. Checking the breath after sun salutation. And our first posture is Warrior 3. We want to do it with the wall. And this is our first round. Second round we will do without the wall. So keep your hands on the wall. Walk your legs back, creating tabletop spine. Now open up your left toes. Check wrist and shoulder in line. Left foot is firmly pressed onto the floor. And we stretch right leg back. You will have to see your right thigh is rolled in. We don't want to open up the hip. Pointing the right toes back. And keep pushing navel in. Fix your eyes at a point even if you have your hands on the wall, so that it becomes a practice. When we do without the wall, it will help. Check if you can keep your standing knee also straight. Keep moving your leg and hips back. Bend the knee and release. Okay, no change on the hand and we want to switch the side. Check right foot is in line with right hip. Spread right toes on the floor and point the left toes back. For the knee issues, they can always have standing knee softly bent. Else try to have it straight. Checking neck is relaxed, looking down. Keep pushing the navel in. And we have one more breath. Exhale and release. Now for the beginners, they can repeat the posture with the wall again. People who are up for it, we want to try without the wall. Keep hands on the hip, create a tabletop spine. Make sure you use your navel. If you push your tummy in, that will balance the entire body. And now slowly stretch right leg back, straight knee. You can join palms on the chest. And if you are still steady in the posture, we want to stretch the arms forward. So we are making a T shape with the entire body. Breathing. Hands on the hip. And release. Take a moment to catch the breath. And mentally prepare yourself for left side. Push hips back, knees softly bend. Check right foot is firm. Open up the toes. And we create a tabletop spine. If you want to bring palms on the chest, do that and you can stay there. Else we can stretch the arms forward. Breathing. Try and hold it for at least 5 breaths. One more breath here. Hands to hip with control, slowly releasing the posture. Now we are preparing for Parshvakonasana, side angle posture, which is also a preparation for the next posture that we will do after this. So turn right foot to right wall, adjust the hip, facing towards your front wall, heel in line, right knee in line with the right ankle. Exhale and drop right hand on the floor. Use that left hand to push hip forward, but check your ribs are not popping out. Lift the left hip high, without disturbing your right knee. And the left arm can go overhead now. Look up only if your neck feels alright, otherwise we can look straight or look down. And check you are not leaning too much on the right foot. Keep left foot equally active. Left foot is slightly turned in. And try to lift the chest up every time we inhale. Exhale, and with control, we come back to center. Switching the side, turn right foot in and left foot out. Make sure left knee is in line with ankle. Exhale, and let's drop the left hand down, adjust the hip. You should be able to feel the stretch on the right side of the body. If you are not feeling the stretch, you might have to push the chest back and lift that right hip a little more high. Right arm overhead. Work on lengthening the breath now. One more breath. Exhale, and with control, we come back to center. Now the next posture is Hatha Konasana. Beginners will repeat the previous posture again. And others, people who are up for it, we are coming into the same leg alignment. Move right shoulder under right thigh. Check the right knee is bent, just like the previous posture. And your left hand can stay on the left hip. And people who are up for the full posture, move that left arm back. Left arm can stay around the back, or try interlocking the fingers. Pushing the chest back and try turning the chest up to ceiling. Checking left foot is strong with a straight left knee. And we start to breathe here. Longer exhalation. Feel free to look down. We have one more breath here. Drop the right hand on the floor. Exhale and slowly come back to center. Okay, Hatha Konasana on the left side. People who are doing only Hatha Konasana will repeat the previous posture again. Okay, let's move left shoulder under left thigh. Feel free to have right hand on the hip, that's absolutely fine. Let me show you the posture from the back just so that you can see the arm position. Left shoulder under left thigh, move that hand back. Push your chest back, rotate your right arm inward and then push it back will help you to stretch the arm better. Okay, even if you can have hand on the hip or around the back, that's absolutely fine. Else interlock the finger, or you can hold the wrist like how I'm doing it here, and work on opening the chest. Your right foot is a little more stronger here, so make sure you press that down, and let's work on breathing through chest. One more breath here. Drop the left hand down. Exhale and we come back to center. Let's sit down on the floor in Vajrasana and watch the practice that I'm showing you here first. You can stay in Vajrasana. So we are moving on to Vasishthasana. Take a plank. Keep right hand on the floor in line with the right wrist. Bring edge of the foot on the floor. Lift the hip high. and raise that left arm up to ceiling. Okay, for beginners, they can move upper leg on the floor. So bring that foot on the floor with the knee bend and just work on lifting the hip high, will give you more balance. Make sure the down foot, only edge of the foot is on the floor. Okay. So now let's do it together. Take a strong plank, open up the fingers, lean on hand. You might have to move right hand slightly more inside. Make sure the wrist is just in line with the shoulder. Check only edge of the foot is on the floor. You can keep left hand on the hip. Otherwise, we are doing the full posture. Beginners will do the modified version. And we are staying here 3 to 5 breaths. Keep pushing the navel. Exhale and release. Take a moment in Vajrasana again. Few long exhalation. Okay, and if you are ready, we come back to plank again for the other side. Just left hand just in line with the wrist. Beginners can keep the upper leg on the floor. Let's raise the other arm up. Feel free to look down, that will give you more balance. Breathing here, push the navel in. More, if you lift the hip high, will give you more balance. And let's come back to child's pose here. Open up the knees and release the head down. Relaxing here for 5 deep breaths. Now let's prepare for backward bend. So after coming on all 4, we bring right foot between the hands. Point the left toes back. Hands on the hip. Check right knee is in line with ankle. Make sure you do that. Elbows closer. Sink your hips down and push hips forward. Lift the chest up. We are looking up only if you are feeling okay on the neck. Otherwise, look straight. Continue lifting chest upward and backward at the same time. And now see how you are breathing. We can exhale through mouth, inhaling through nose. One more breath. Exhale and release. Coming back on all 4 and we switch the sides. Checking left knee in line with ankle. Right toes active. Hands on the hip. Elbows closer. Make sure you do that so that we squeeze the upper back. Lifting chest, sinking the hips down as if you want to touch the floor with the hips. And let's continue moving chest back. Try and breathe only through chest. Longer exhalation will help. We have one more breath. Exhale and release. Now we want to squat down here and prepare for Kakasana, the crow posture. Okay, so we squat down, feet apart, fingertips on the floor. Open up your fingers, entire hands on the floor now. Now imagine your head is moving forward in between your hands. Fix your knees on the upper arm. Lean forward on the hands. Now beginners can choose to stay here. Just lean on the hand and stay here. And people who are up for it, lift one foot off the floor. Keep squeezing navel, squeezing the butts. You can choose to stay with only one foot up. And if you are really up for it, you can lift the other foot also off the floor. Bring big toes together. Continue looking forward. Lift the chin up. That will give you more balance. One more breath. Exhale and release. Very nice. And we are staying here still. No change on the leg. Stretching, arms forward. Try to push the head down and open up the knees to side wall. Creating that extreme stretch for the spine, for the glutes. Deep breathing here. One more breath. Exhale and let's sit down on the floor, straightening the legs. We are preparing for Marichasana C. So bend your right knee, right foot comes outside the right hip. Left knee is straight. And let's move left elbow outside the right knee. Support your spine with the right hand on the floor. Keep it just behind the hip. And that will be the variation for beginner. And people who are up for it can try binding the arms. I have a full tutorial on my channel on Maricha A and C. I'll put the link in the description box below. You can move right arm around the back and just stay there. If your hands are reaching, interlock the fingers, push the navel in and continue turning the chest to right wall. Chin just over right shoulder. Focus on the breath. Check the left foot is also active, flexing that ankle. One more breath here. Exhale and release. Okay, let's switch the side. Check left foot is slightly outside the left hip. Keep right knee straight. Stretch the right arm up and move that elbow outside the knee. Left hand can stay on the floor, twisting. This is a variation for beginner. And others can try wrapping arm around the knee. Check wherever you can reach. Your arms can just stay on the back. That's absolutely fine. Make sure you are not rounding the back. If you start rounding the back here, it's better to keep back hand on the floor. Lengthen the spine and then create a twist. Check the right foot is active. And let's focus on squeezing navel. Exhale and continue twisting with exhalation. This is an excellent posture to warm up the core and increase digestive fire, which means if you practice this on a regular basis, putting on weight will be difficult. Let's move on to our next posture, Setu Bandhasana. So let's lie down on back. Bend the knees. Keep feet in line with the hips. Hands next to hips on the floor. Inhale and start to lift the hips up. Chest close to chin. Exhale and slowly release. Right, we'll do this few times. Inhale, lifting hips. Exhale and slowly moving down. Inhaling, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, fourth round. Exhaling. Inhale, fifth round. Exhaling. Inhale, 6. This time you want to stay here, lifting the hips, and see if you can shift your hands on lower back. Fingertips pointing outwards and upward at the same time. Elbow close to each other. Try and move chest closer to chin. And let's walk on. Breathing through chest. We want to spend about 40 to 50 seconds in this posture. Very slowly releasing the pose. No change on the leg. Bring knees together. And we want to stay here. Experience the effect of the practice on the lower back. Now people who are new to this practice will repeat the same posture again. People with menstruation, back and neck condition will stick to Setu Bandhasana, and others will move into Halasana. So bring legs overhead, hands on the back, and if your toes are touching the floor, we want to point the toes back. If you are stable enough here, we are stretching arms to the back wall, interlocking the fingers. And I have a full tutorial on this posture on my channel. I'll put the link in the description box below for the beginners especially. They can maybe check it out. There is an easier version. And people who are in Halasana, people who are in Setu Bandhasana, we are staying here for about a minute. So stay there and focus on the breath. Stay here until my next instruction. People who are in Setu Bandhasana can slowly drop the hips down, and Halasana people will bring knees on the forehead, support the back with the hands, and slowly release the posture. And let's straighten the legs. This is for everyone. And we get into Matsyasana from here. So slowly adjust your legs to move hands under hips. Lift the head up, look at the toe and bring top of the head on the floor. Lifting the chest off the floor. Check the entire spine comes off the floor, chest is lifted and the toes are pointed, straight knee. People who are comfortable here will look in between eyebrow center, else have your eyes closed. We are staying here for 5 deep breaths. See if you can count the breath mentally. And very slowly, with the next exhalation, lift the head up and release the posture. Knees on the chest. Hugging knees tightly. Now take a deep inhalation here. Exhale it out completely. Hold the breath and we'll lift the head up. Keep holding the posture until you can hold the breath here. Whenever you feel like inhaling, inhale and release the head down. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale it out completely, hold breath and we'll lift the head up, nose to knee. Inhale and release. And the last round, exhale, holding breath, lift up. Make sure the lower back stays on the floor. Inhale and release. Clear up your neck space. We have feet apart on the edge of the mat. Open up the arms and drop both the knees to right side. Your left knee should be touching the right foot and turn face to left side. We are staying here for few breaths. Keep your feet apart, bring knee back to center and drop the knees to other side, right knee touching the left foot. Face turn to right. I shall let you relax here. I will see you in the next video. Take care.